you drink beer, right?
Yes, sir.
And I used to. I drink non-alcoholic beer now, which is fine.
Pussy.
But do you think it matters what the shape of the glass is that they put the beer in?
I know that assholes think that it does, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Why do you you brushed that aside like I'm the
No, I have. I could go either way. I don't think I guess I don't think the thing because I don't know.
It just seems pretentious to me, but I could be wrong.
It can't matter that
maybe
much.
It should matter. I know if I eat a hamburger off like a square hamburger, I feel differently than if I eat a round hamburger. Or if I eat a square piece of pizza, I feel differently about it than I do if I eat a triangular piece of pizza.
Ah, which one?
So
It's got to be the triangular.
Is better.
What are your two?
I like
Triangle,
them both.
round?
I like them both for different reasons, you know?
Of burgers and pizza?
I'm not a huge square burger fan.
What is that,
prefer a
Wendy's?
round hamburger. Yeah, Wendy's. It throws me off, the shape of it.
But have you ever had a good burger square? Like, it could just be because it's Wendy's.
That's a pretty good point. I have a friend named Square Steve Smith who makes all his hamburgers square. No, I guess it is. You're probably right. It's just Wendy's. But I feel
next time you make a burger, make them square.
It's not that I don't dislike Wendy's hamburgers. I like their hamburgers. I just don't like the shape of their hamburgers.
I see, and it irks you.
Yeah. No. I wouldn't say I leave irked.
Because you're choosing to go there. Probably people don't make you go to Wendy's.
Well, a lot of times I'll be like, hey, do you guys think you could whip me up a round burger? Or maybe an octagonal burger? Just something different.
Do they just smack you in the face?
Yeah, they're like, come on up, sir, we'll do it. And then they throw hot coffee in my face when I get to the window. It's a weird gimmick.
Why are they square?
It's a weird gimmick. I don't know. I'm guessing it's just a gimmick, right? Are
There's something to do with... Maybe it's easier on...
Too. Crystal burgers are square, aren't they?
Yeah, White Castle.
White Castle.
Do you get more room on the grill with squares?
Maybe it was because originally it had to fit the loaves of bread on. They didn't.
Are there buns square?
Did the creation of hamburger buns come way after the creation of hamburgers?
Are the buns square too?
Not really, right?
I think they're circle.
I think Wendy's, they're kind of circular, but the burgers are square.
So are there parts of it where you're eating just bun and then parts where the burger comes out?
It's small parts, but over the course of a lifetime, you've eaten significantly more bread than burger. Yeah.
No, does it even out? There's a little burger that comes out of the side, though.
Oh, at the little, so it looks like a little coronavirus shaped thing with very few.
I feel like I need to go to Wendy's now to figure this out.
But, yeah.
I feel like once you become
a restaurant that has square hamburger buns and square hamburger patties, and somehow it would be really cool, because I've seen them do it with watermelons before. If you grew square tomatoes, cubed tomatoes, and cube onions that when grown out of the ground, they have a cubular shape to them.
Oh, all on the burger and
every
as well.
Condiment, every ingredient, everything on that burger is a perfect square.
Yeah, lettuce you could do. Lettuce is fine.
Yeah.
You don't need to cube it.
Okay.
It doesn't really have a shape.
And I like my lettuce shaved. I like when it's not.
Oh,
not
really?
Big pieces
like
of
shredded.
Lettuce. Shredded, yeah.
Oh.
It's shaved and was very
How about
sexual,
cheese?
and I didn't mean
shredded?
for that to be the case.
Shredded. Do you like your women shredded or shaved?
Both, Jared.
Yeah, I just wondered that because I was looking in I have too many beer glasses for the amount of times I have people over that need to drink beer glasses, and I think I've
How many is that?
I don't know. There's still got to be. I mean, I've shed a ton of them. There's still got to be like 8 to 10 in my thing, But then there's the ones that are like the curvy ones, and then there's the long cylindrical ones, and there's I have all those. So I looked at them and I was just like, wow, did this even matter? Like, why do I have all these?
When I used to go out in Baltimore, there was a place down on the right in Fells Point, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was it had like maybe the biggest, the most selection of tapped beer in the East Coast or the United States or that
Baltimore.
zip code. Yeah, just Baltimore. It
Your
was some.
house.
It had some big. It had some big. It was known for having 600 taps of beer or something, and yeah,
What was it called?
I can't remember.
Lots of tappies.
Tappy's Tap Room. Max's. I think it was Max's.
Max Taps. That's a lot.
Max's. And
Max
I think they
Power.
spelled it MAX''S, but I believe if your name ends in X, you're supposed to just say MAX' without the S on it. Like,
Seriously?
Well, like if your name is Boris, and you were saying, well, you wouldn't say it about yourself. Say somebody else, your name's Boris.
Yeah, that's S.
And I'm saying about you, yeah, I'd write, that's Boris's. And if I was writing it instead of speaking it, I would say BORIS' without
But you're
the
saying
second.
you do the same thing with an
With
X?
an X and I believe a Z as well. Now, I could be completely wrong, but I'm almost positive that I learned that at some point in my life.
That could have changed that rule.
It could have
though.
changed, sure, but I'd like you to Google it right now and tell me if it has, because I'm pretty sure I'm right. I feel crippled. I'm not crippled, but I don't have my phone with me, as I had emailed you earlier.
Yes, you add an apostrophe and an S to form the possessive case of singular nouns that end in Z.
How about S? Well, so let's start with S. I'm almost positive I'm right with S, and we had. Well, it's going to be the same for X and Z.
I thought it was It says yes, you can
Oh, so
Dude.
I'm partly right.
for S.
You can.
Yes.
X is absolutely not. You have to add the S. What about X? No one will know what you're talking about.
And then Z was yes, you do as well.
Can we go into the the history of that rule? Because I'm pretty sure. See what it was in about 86. See what the general thought was in about 1986,
All right, there you go.
1987. No, you don't have to do that. Jared, I'm kidding. You don't have to do this.
To add an apostrophe.
Dude, I hope it pops up. It was like wildly controversial.
All right, let's go to the dictionary.
Dictionary teaches you how to spell things, not punctuate things.
Yeah, it has the S. S has either. Oh, it says if the name is one syllable, add apostrophe S. Well, that's for classical and biblical names. Oh, wow.
If there are any linguistics professors out there,
Well, this one says no, you don't have to always add an apostrophe after the letter Z.
there's no apostrophe at all, well, then it's just the word. It's not the possessive form of that word. I say you have to, who cares what I say?
All right, here you go. Singular nouns. You usually add apostrophe and an S, even if they end in S, X, or Z. Plural nouns, you usually only add an apostrophe to form the plural nouns that end in S. Some style guides, like the Associated Press, omit the extra S in words that ends in S or Z. So maybe you worked for the Associated Press?
I did when I was 11, I was a part of the Associated Press, and it was sort of a under the radar thing they had going on, where they were trying to get access to school newspapers as well as
It
things
was like
that were
21 Jump Street or something.
right. Yeah, so I was kind of a hotshot intern with the school newspaper at Dodd Junior High School, and they were trying to infiltrate us. Just it's all about information, and even back then it was. A lot of times, like the advertisements and stuff, it's not really about the product that they're selling. They're just gathering information, and that was the same case back then.
And that's when you got busted by Mrs. Jones, the head of the newspaper.
Mrs. Jones had nothing to do with us.
You started arguing.
She wasn't even an employee of the county.
Apostrophes about a Z, and she's like, "Wait, do you work for the Associated Press?"
First of all, you're confusing Mrs. Jones with Mrs. Karowitz. Jones was a part of the other. She was on the opposite side, man. I don't know.
Oh, she was on your side?
I thought so. And then she just disappeared. But,
wow.
Yeah.
Got taken down by big press.
Yeah. And that's what, it's weird to think that when you're like 12 years old, you get insight into that world,
Yep.
But
some would say you were lovers.
Yeah. And even though we butted heads a lot, I never wanted Mr. Karowitz to die the way she did.
The show she died. She didn't just disappear.
Yeah, you didn't know the whole story.
No,
I didn't even realize that.
You never got to write it because you got kicked off the paper sign it.
Yeah. 86, 87, those 2 years were, eye-opening.
Wow, all right.
But anyway, I didn't mean to grind the show to a halt. Oh,
I'll say one thing on Saturday night in the mag room. It doesn't depend what shape your beer glass is. You just come and have a good time with us.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag room. Mag room. The mag room. The mag room.
Should I do my stories? I got two.
Feels like a nice tight episode so far.
I have two lists.
Lists?
One has lists.
With an apostrophe?
Yeah. Listises.
Three
actually has three apostrophes.
It's not confusing.
One is about learning, and one is about road trip possibilities. Which one would you like to do first? I'm going to let you choose.
Road trip possibilities.
Okay, so this is an article from 50grande.com.
See.
And it's called 50 States and the 50 Weirdest Roadside Attractions.
Wait, is 50 Grande? Is it a magazine that just does stories that involve the word number 50?
I'm going to be clear here. I've never read another article, but
I kind of figured you must probably subscribe to 50 Grande magazine.
Its motto is it's a biannual travel mag that explores the U.S. I actually scanned through them and picked 9 I thought were interesting. So should I just read those 9 and
sure.
You could say if you want to hear more about them. Okay, first one was from Georgia, and it's called. It's going to see the tree that owns itself.
Okay.
Would you like to hear that story about that?
That sounds like hippie to me. I'm going to pass for now, but I might go back to it.
Okay. Second is Idaho.
I like Idaho.
And in Idaho, you would want to visit the Idaho Potato Hotel.
I'll hear a little bit about that. I like, I'm a big, as we've talked about many times on here, I like hotels. I'm a big fan of independently owned, small mom and poppy type hotels, motels.
So it's exactly what it sounds like, a massive hollowed out structure shaped like an enormous potato. Originally created by the Idaho Potato Commission, the potato structure spent several years touring the country on the back of a flatbed truck as part of a promotional campaign.
So it's not a hotel?
After it was retired from touring, local tiny home builder Kristen Wolf. Do you have a local tiny home builder in Jupiter?
No. We used to have a local tiny home builder, but then big tiny home building came in and took it over. Now it's based out of Seattle. So no, we don't.
So she converted it into a one-of-a-kind hotel experience, which has a plush queen-size bed, a small seating area, even a bathroom with a small sink and toilet, though the shower is located in a separate retrofitted grain silo nearby.
Just as you can't call a war if there's only one battle, you can't call a hotel if there's only one room. How about that? How about that as a rule going forward? I mean, and I think they're very reasonable. Unlike the XZ''S rule, it's so oppressive, and that Miss Minervini, I believe, is the one that taught me that. I always like to think that I was right about that, because I was the only one that did it. Maybe that was it. It was like my thing, that I just put apostrophes after X's and Z's without the S's.
So she was like making you feel good about yourself. Because you have a March birthday, right?
I do.
So you were 8 turning 9.
Okay.
You turned 9 in March.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was always sort of young, like on the younger end of my class.
Well, you're probably in the middle.
In the middle of my class is what I meant to say. But yeah,
March
I always thought Miss
middle
Minervini and I would end up together. She had this like,
oh wow,
we had a thing.
That would be great if you guys did now.
Me and Miss Minervini, so she's probably 20-something years older than me, would be my guess.
Yeah.
How old am I? 48,
she's like 80.
So she's probably 70s, yeah.
Yeah. She probably still got it.
You happen to be out there, Miss Minervini? Right into the show. themagroom@hotmail.com.
Yep.
I miss you.
Next one, Kansas. The world's largest collection of the world's smallest versions of the world's largest things.
The world's largest thing. So it's a museum of like the biggest shoe or something.
But it's a miniature replica of the biggest shoe.
I'm gonna pass on this story only because whoever made that museum is an attention-seeking dickhead, and I don't want to be the type of person that gives the attention to the guy who wants all the attention. Go on to the next state, Jared.
The next is Louisiana.
Oh, I like
this one. Yeah.
Louisiana's a cool state. There's a lot of creepy, fun, old, swampy death type stuff in Louisiana.
This is called the Abita Mystery House.
Yeah, like it already.
It's in a. Do you want to hear about it?
Absolutely.
Mark? It's an eclectic museum housed in a former gas station. Offers a bizarre and fascinating blend of folk art, antiques, and offbeat installations. 50,000 found objects and artifacts displayed in eccentric ways, from old arcade machines, vintage memorabilia, to strange dioramas featuring scenes like alien abductions, animal hybrids, creatures from the bayou. Many of these installations are interactive, inviting guests to push buttons or turn cranks to bring them to life in weird and wonderful ways.
I would go there for sure. That's my favorite one you've read about so far.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's in Abita Springs, Louisiana.
Abita Springs is the name of the town?
Yeah.
Whew. I own a place, my store, I am in the shipping business, and I'm pretty sure I've never sent anything, for 13 years, mind you. I don't think I've ever sent anything to Abita Springs, Louisiana.
You send a lot of stuff to Louisiana?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Normal, I just mean, does it come up?
Yeah, I bet I know the name of a lot of places in Louisiana. I bet I have like a fairly good Louisiana vocabulary, so to speak. If you say the name of a town, I bet I can tell you whether or not there is one in Louisiana. Well, wait, I don't know how to phrase that. Your eyebrows went up like I made a crazy statement. You still are making a face. Now you're laughing. I think if you said the name of some town and then said this is a town that exists, is it in Louisiana? I bet I might be able to say yes or no with some level of...
Abita Springs.
No, absolutely not. That sounds made up to me. Go on, I'm sorry.
All right, next is Massachusetts.
Bring it. I like Massachusetts.
The Paper House.
Ooh, a house made of paper.
It's an entire house made of paper. This guy made this house, and he originally started using wood, but he wanted to use newspaper as insulation, and then he covered entire walls and furniture with layers of varnished newspaper. So the whole house, it seems like he went crazy, really.
Can you imagine how long that would take?
Yes.
I mean, I guess, do you do it? Does he have another job? Like a guy like that, does he have...
He was a mechanical engineer, Ellis Stenman.
Stenman?
Yeah. Stenman.
Stenman made a paper house? You know how fucking weird Stenman was? Of course he made a paper house.
All right, should I wrap it up?
Yeah, go for it.
Produced by Ellis Stenman.
Who is he?
Fact checked by Bill. I don't know, fucking Stenman.
Oh, yeah.
Fact checked by Bill. Theme song by Meggie Yellox. Social media by Cousin Paul. At the Magroom Pod on Instagram. All right, well, send us an email. We had some things to email about this time. Whether you like instant replay or not. Whether you would want a square or a circle burger.
Square circle burger. Hashtag square/circle burger.
What size of beer? What size your beer glass would be, or if
your name ends in X or Z, I can think of one buddy I have named Max. This applies to
Max's.
Write back and tell me whether or not you think you should have to put the S after the apostrophe when you're possessing your own stuff. I think I'm right.
Okay.
Hashtag Miss Minervini. I love Miss Minervini. Hashtag Minervini. Hashtag Einloth. Something where me and my ex-teacher, me and my old third grade teacher get together because I just thought we always had a thing together. She was cute. Yeah. Dark hair. She liked me. I liked her. I mean, it was just...
Yeah, I'm sure she really liked you.
Well, she would like wink at me and
Yeah,
kinda like,
she was your teacher, Mark.
like look over her shoulder, sort of like that, at me.
What, when you were doing something inappropriate?
No, just to be like, hey, Mark, see what you're missing out on being only 8 years old, and not actually liking women yet. But I knew that I would like her. I wasn't into girls, but I kind of knew when I'm into girls, Miss Minervini is going to be my type.
So, Teddy the other day, I forget what Emma was doing, something where she was like kissing him or whatever, like as a sister, or I don't know, doing something.
Okay.
And he was like, I knew you were going to do something because my butt was tingling. So that must...
Like his spidey sense.
So that's like what yours was. Probably your butt was tingling. You knew there was some sparks there, but you didn't even know what it meant.
If I ran into Miss Minervini right now, me at my sexual prime right now,
I don't know.
And then her sexual prime right now, I guarantee you.
I don't know if a 49-year-old man is at his sexual prime.
73-year-old woman.
Okay.
Miss Minervini, let's do this. Let's fucking
write us an email.
You're probably in Florida.
@hotmail.com.
A Connecticut woman that I guarantee you're out there.
Or send us a letter
I'm gonna look you
about,
up.
or something. Just let us know if Mark's crazy or he really should get together with Miss Minervini.
Minervini. Minervini.
Was she married at that point?
She was Miss. We called her Miss Minervini, so no, I'd say no.
She could be married now, though. Was I talking with you about Celine Dion?
It's the one thing we haven't talked about on this show, Jared, is Celine Dion. Go ahead.
So when Celine Dion was 12 or 13.
Oh, when her manager met her?
Yeah, the guy was 38 or 48.
Yeah.
And he knew that he loved her. And supposedly he didn't do anything till she was 17. And then they got married. And
that
literally,
seems nice. That seems sweet, right?
He was 35 years older than her.
As a guy that has children, you're okay with that, right? No, I'm not going to touch your. I'm not going to touch your daughter.
If I'm
going to wait until the day she turns 18, and then I'm going to go after her.
So if in 4 years you started dating Emma.
Yeah,
and
you're
you guys
okay.
got
You're okay with that, aren't you?
Married. That is not happening.
That doesn't seem weird, does it? No, I waited until she was 18. You're making this out to be so much more than it is. Jared, The world is a fucked up place, man.
And you became like her manager in
Yeah,
between.
I think she's the most talented girl in the world. And while he was right, that's the fucking thing that throws a monkey wrench in it. It's like
She did.
he's right,
Make a lot
and
of
they
money.
did it, and they're still together, right?
Well, he died because he was like 30 years older than her.
Oh, right.
So he's dead. Like you and Miss Minervini, what will happen at some point is she'll die and you'll
What do you mean?
still be alive.
Well, Miss
But
Minervini.
she to this day said she will never love anyone else. She'll never date anyone else.
Miss Minervini said that?
And Celine Dion. Yep.
Oh.
That's why Miss Minervini didn't get married for 50 years. She's still available. And
She didn't.
Celine
She
Dion.
really did. I mean, I thought that, but I didn't know. I should reach out to her. What if I can find Miss Minervini? If we had Miss Minervini on the show under the pretense of something, just like whatever
What
she
did
did in
it-
her life,
we-
say we were doing an episode about that. And I said,
we
"Hi, my
had
name's."
that.
And I'm like, "Hi, my name's Mark Einloth. I'm the co-host of the show, produce, other credits." Would she be like, "That name rings a bell, Mark Einloth"? And then you kind of see,
She's like, my butt is tingling
my
right now.
butt's tingling. Jared and Mark, I don't want to. My butt's tingling right now. And I don't know exactly what that means. I feel like it's kind of a spidey sense type of reaction.
Can I say something here, though?
Oh yeah.
How much did it cost for the PI guy to find somebody?
I don't remember.
It was
Not
some.
crazy.
It was some low amount.
Dude, we could.
So either you're getting that blanket from the Shriners, or you're finding Miss Minervini.
I bet I could do it when I hang up with you. I'll Google her name. I bet I can find her.
All right. Well, if your unrequited love of 40 years doesn't quite work out,
Taught you how to write cursive. Taught you how to do a proper book report. Taught you how to apostrophize a possessive noun.
it would be great if the whole thing went on and it actually happened and you talked
She
to
was
her.
like, "No, I would
And then
never say that you put an apostrophe. Always put the apostrophe S mark, X,
And then you
Z, anything."
and you were just crushed.
I was like, "Fuck you f***ing bitch." It's been like 38 years of my life that I've been living that goddamn mantra right there. No apostrophes after an S. Obviously an S. Obviously an S makes sense. I say,
No, not no apostrophes, no S.
right.
You have to put the apostrophe.
Right. I'm sorry. That's what I meant. You had the apostrophe, but no S. If you're like our friend Ross, when Ross writes,
Ross's blankie.
yeah, but why would he be writing it? Maybe like it is. Maybe when he's at work and he gets lunch and he wants
Well,
to
if
write.
I say, "Are you going to Ross's house?"
Right. ROSS apostrophe. That's it.
S.
No. No S. There's enough S's, especially with Ross's name. How many
That's
S's
true.
do you need in there?
Ross's Sam Chuck's house?
Yeah. He's got 11 S's in his name and they're all right next to each other.
Well, you ruined my intro into this, so I'm just gonna say it. You can stick with the mag room.
Stick with the mag room. And
'Cause
everything
everything else
is Swiss cheese.
Cream cheese. Ah, that's terrible.
With an apostrophe. And an S.
Goodbye. Not an apostrophe.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The my groom's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
This is gonna be entertaining.